gentlemen, welcome to the show. The title of today's segment is Black Women and Mental Illness. Black Women and Mental Illness. And when I'm talking about black women, I'm talking about African American women. I'm not talking about African women. I did a segment on African women, so if you're interested in that, you can just check the video. So African American women. So this area, I found it very interesting because initially when I did my research, what I discovered was they said mental illness is not a major issue with African American women. It's not a major issue that African women are much more confident about their body compared to their white counterparts. That basically nothing is wrong, that just African women are strong, and it's easy for us to buy into that narrative because we're black, and whenever they give us a comment, we're like, oh man, yeah, we must really love this, because a lot of the time is negative comment they usually give us. So this was like a positive one. So, but then I now did more research, and I came to understand that the figures are kind of misleading. I came to understand that the figures are quite misleading. The real truth is that a lot of black women have mental illness in America. A lot of them are predisposed to it. A lot of them are managing it, and there's reasons for that. And that's what I'm going to do in this video, is try and show you what is happening, especially among African American women. Okay, let's get to it. You see, racism, right? African American women, they face racism, sexism, other forms of discrimination, structural discrimination. And the real truth is, out of all the whole groups in America, African American women have it the worst. I'm telling you, go and check it out for yourself. African American women have it the worst. So not this denial of not giving them jobs and having low income jobs, that affects them because they pick up a lot of burden. As an African woman, they have a lot of burden. In this segment, I'm going to talk about the strong black women that people always talk about too. I'll talk about that. So those things, the challenges that they face is quite a lot. And when you look at research again, they tell you that African women don't use doctors, that they don't go and see a therapist, and because they don't see therapists, the numbers are not clear of how many of them have the issues, mental health issues, because they don't see a doctor. Most of them, they try to manage it themselves. And you may ask yourself, okay, why do African women don't want to see doctors? And the reason for that is, you see, number one is, historically, the medical doctors that have worked in the US, they saw black women basically as like guinea pigs. They used them to construct some very horrible experiments, a lot of them. And not only that, but historically, they had a lot of bad stories coming from doctors, where maybe you go in for one thing and you come out with another. You go in with a stomach ache, and what you come out with is they've injected you some poison that's supposed to kill you. And it may sound like it's a movie, but if you look at historically the Tuskegee experiment, where a lot of young men were infected with syphilis, and they went to go and infect their wife with syphilis. All these kind of stories make black women distrust doctors. This is whether you call it a psychiatrist or psychologist or medical doctors. They don't want to be around them because they are afraid that their vulnerability will make you hurt them or do something bad to them. Another reason why they don't like to see doctors is there's African American women like to see people of their color. They are much more comfortable dealing with a black doctor compared to a white doctor, because they feel a black doctor will understand what they're going through compared to a white doctor, and it makes perfect sense. If an African woman goes and the doctor is an African woman too, both of them, that similarity, you can share what you would not share with a white doctor, because you feel this black doctor will understand me. So these are some of the issues that come out there. They are not, a lot of them don't go to doctors, so because of that, there's some problem with the statistics there. So people can misinterpret it and say, oh, black women don't have any problem, they don't have mental health issues. But it's a lie. A lot of them have real mental health issues, and is something that needs to be addressed seriously. Okay, there's one concept I thought I was going to talk about, and the concept is the strong black woman. I always hear that concept a lot. A lot of women will say, well, I'm a strong black woman. And a lot of us don't know that that thing is not really a positive thing, you know. And historically, how did this come about? And I will connect this topic, this issue, to this mental illness we're talking about that's affecting African Americans. You see, that whole idea of I'm a strong black woman, it came out during the era of slavery. That's when that concept came out, strong black woman. You know, they used that word to identify women, and it was the only identity they could give woman, an African woman, it would be a strong black woman. And that identity made them easy to overwork an African woman. It made it easy, an African American woman. I'm a strong black woman. When you internalize that, then you feel that you always have to be working. You don't want to be seen as one lazy person. So what did they do during that period? The African American woman worked for the master, right? Goes to the master and works with him, leave her husband's house, go and work for the master to make some money, right? While she's working for the master can take advantage of her and rape her, which was quite common. Then she attends to the master's wife, do house cleaning for her, breastfeed her, then attend to the master's wife's baby, clean up after the kids, breastfeed the kids, maybe cook for them, buy groceries and all that stuff, run around stuff that househelp would do. Then after that, then she will now come to her own house and then now take care of her own husband, provide him with what he needs. Then after that, she will take care of her own children. Okay, how is your school, whatever, whether it's feeding them or breastfeeding, whatever, she does that too. And in all this process, this woman is being overworked because she takes care of everybody except herself. And that's where this thing is dangerous. She takes care of everybody except herself. And the problem with this issue is that this is the reason why some of them develop mental health issues, because they are always taking care of people. They don't have time to take care of their own needs. They don't take care of their own health. They are running to meet up this deadline, that deadline. Just imagine what life could be like that. You have to go for one family, come and work in your own family. You understand? So the problem with that label, strong black woman, is that it makes it seem that when you have